For those who are familiar with esports in the West, you may be aware that the scene isn't currently at its best financial state. Many have dubbed it the esports winter, with many iconic esports teams such as the Guard, Evil Geniuses, and Golden Guardians pulling out of many different esports titles like Valorant and League of Legends. In Southeast Asia, however, it isn't quite the same, especially here in Malaysia. If anything, it's thriving. And this is due to the multitude of factors, one of them being governmental support. Specifically, the Malaysian government has allocated 30 million Malaysian ringgit to the country's esports and game development scene for 2024. At the recent Mobile Legends M5 send-off event that the Malaysian Ministry of Youth and Sports (KBS) held for the Malaysian representatives, we spoke to the Deputy Minister of Youth and Sports, Yang Berhormat Tuan Adam Adli, where he elaborated more on the money allocation.
Actually, the fund is not directly through KBS alone. It will be also shared by, for example, MDEC and all. The fund should be used and would be used to the development of the grassroots, at the grassroots level especially, to encourage more esport events, to encourage more knowledge transfer, to encourage more tournament, for example, and to encourage the what we call it as the infrastructure. So that esport can grow in Malaysia. I mean, we have already been spending over the years. We have been spending, for example, few 12-13 juta, for example, for the development esport. So we should look at the similar number.
So we know that KBS is definitely behind the growth of esports in Malaysia. But now you may be wondering, what kind of support is KBS giving to esports teams, especially for those who are currently competing at the international level?
First would be the acknowledgement that we acknowledge this as one of the main sports in Malaysia through the law, as well as through the usual fundings channel through our National Sports Council, so that it can be at least a way to assist our athletes who are competing at the world level.
Malaysia's affection towards esports is definitely at an all-time high, yet it's still one of the smallest consumers in Asia. It's probably safe to say that a contributor to this is because there is still a negative stigma surrounding video games among the older generation here in Malaysia. Adam Adli shares what KBS is currently doing to ensure maximum reach and access for esports enthusiasts in the country.
We have to start working with different ministries to make sure that esport is being accepted and not being neglected, or something that is being being sidelined by the mainstream, especially in our school system and also in our social system. So I hope that with the commitment to get esport to be part of our for example, core curriculum in school, we will be able to see the development of it.
Adam Adli's statement is further backed by the fact that we are starting to see the rise of collegiate teams, with universities such as Taylor's and Sunway beginning to field teams in titles such as Valorant and Mobile Legends. But the pool of talented Malaysians in top-tier esports titles is still very small. So we asked if there are any initiatives that KBS are going to do to improve the diversity and variety of successful esports titles here in Malaysia.
We really depends a lot on the, especially the ecosystem of the esport through the communities and all. We always encourage more publishers to start exploring and start introducing new games, and I believe that it's not limited to just one or two publishers who've established themselves here in Malaysia. We are always open to more and more publishers and to more and more community to be developed here. I can see that we are growing rapidly, and with that I'm very sure and I'm very confident that we will be able to see more here. The best thing would be that we have to expose not just here in the city area, but also as well in outside of the city. We started seeing more and more of grassroots tournaments of different games now.
In light of diversifying the number of esports titles in Malaysia, we must not forget the games that Malaysians are good at, such as Dota 2 and Arena of Valor, where Malaysia took bronze and silver medals respectively. We wanted to know Adam Adli's takeaways from Malaysia's esports contingent performance and how he plans to keep the momentum going.
Wow, I mean, of course, it was something that we can be proud of, and I hope that we get to see more and more in the future, and we can establish ourselves as the powerhouse for esports. Do this more and get more stakeholders, get more policymakers, get more agencies to be in support of our esports community.
The future of Malaysian esports is bright, with the likes of MDEC and the Ministry of Youth and Sports backing the community. We are very sure it won't be long until we see a Malaysian host a World Championship. Thank you for watching this video on Kakuchopurei. If you love video features like these, do subscribe to our channel and click on that notification icon. We post new content every week. See you next time, players!